All right, guys. I'm Officer Jimmy Polizani with the Fort Worth Police Department, Public Information Officer. I first and foremost want to thank you guys, the media, for being out here all night covering this to inform our community of exactly what's happening here downtown today. So far, what we have right now is we have harsh street closures between 7th and 9th and Houston Street, 7th and 9th Throckmorton, Houston 8th Street to Main Street. This is considered the actual immediate hot zone. So we are asking the community to stay away from this area. We have officers out here doing street closures. I want to thank our TPW. It's an interdepartment, interagency coordination of trying to get this street cleaned up and get this debris cleaned up. So we want to thank them for being out there and getting this solved. Thirdly, I want to thank all the hospital officials for taking care of the 21 patients that were either self-transported or transported by MedStar. We want to thank them for their hard work and dedication to ensure that they get into the road of recovery. I will take any questions you guys have at this moment.
Do you have any updates on the victims?
There's no updates on the victims. Hopefully we'll get with MedStar and hopefully they'll be able to provide that update to you. Yes, sir. Encore has been on scene since we initially notified them by the fire department. They are continuing working. There has been some type of construction going on with Encore related to this incident.
Can you say what time the last person was rescued yesterday? I'm not sure there was 2 people that were rescued after the explosion.
That was right before our secondary press conference. I don't have the exact time.
So it was right before 7 o'clock. That was the last person and no one else was rescued after that.
That's correct, to my knowledge, yes.
Earlier I saw there was the search dog. Sorry if you mentioned this already. Anything? I heard them barking. Did they find anything at all? How many search dogs are still here?
You know, as the investigation, as fires continue their investigation into this incident, they are going to exhaust all of the resources to make sure that the scene is safe and make sure that everybody's accounted for.
But at this time, it seems as if everyone's accounted for.
At this point in time, that is correct.
And what about the businesses around here? Are they going to be closed for the next couple of days?
We are encouraging employees of the businesses in the surrounding hot zone that they are allowed to come to their businesses and conduct their business as normal. But anything inside the immediate hot zone here on 8th, between 7th and 9th and 7th, Houston, and 7th and 9th and Throckmorton, it is considered an immediate danger zone.
It is obviously they're cleaning up whatever is left from the explosion. What's the current status inside and what's the plan ahead in the next following days?
So the next case right now is obviously it's called a debris. So they're inside right now trying to collect all the debris and bring it all outside systematically, one wheelbarrow at a time.
Can you describe how bad it is inside?
Well, to be honest with you, I haven't been inside for obviously for safety purposes, so I can't really comment on that.
Is ATF still on the scene, or what other agencies are helping out?
You know, anytime there's an explosion like this, obviously our federal, local partners all come together and try to determine how they could provide any type of assistance. As of right now, this is being handled locally with Fort Worth Fire and Fort Worth PD.
I know there's not a lot of information right now, but I have to ask. I mean, the president of the United States was visited yesterday. Some people are wondering if this had anything to do with his arrival.
Absolutely not.
So can you confirm that all rescue operations have been done, completed? There's nothing else or someone else to look for?
I cannot answer that question. As you could imagine, it's still ongoing, and we want to let the public know this is going to take several days. So the question that we have now is the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo is going to have their parade come up Saturday and the Martin Luther King parade. So our city police officers, our staff is working closely with those committees to try to come up with the best solution so for everybody to be safe.
I know you can't comment on just how bad the inside looks, but I mean, it's a tall hotel and it seems that all of the damage is on street level. Do you know how many floors were impacted by the explosion?
I don't know. I don't have that number, but just standing on the side of the road close to the business, I see that the first floor was impacted tremendously.
You just mentioned those parades. Is there a chance that it'll just get pushed to another area, or there's a chance that it could get canceled if this takes a while?
That's going to be a decision by the committee that's organizing that. They're going to have to make that decision along with the police officials as well.
We just started going live. Can you say what you want to say to the citizens out there about the closures and what
Yeah,
to do?
you know, we just want to tell the people that street closures are from 7th Street to 9th Street, Houston, 7th and 9th Street in Throckmorton, and also from 8th in Houston to Main Street is considered a hot zone. We are encouraging people in that area that have businesses or work in that area to stay clear of this area so officials could do their job and conduct their cleanup. So we want to thank our local media for informing our citizens of exactly what's going on. We cannot be thankful enough for our TPW that's out here doing the debris cleanup, and hospital officials for doing a tremendous job of caring for those that were injured during this major incident.
You may not be able to answer this. There were some questions about air quality because of the age of the building. What do folks in this area who live and work in this area need to know about the safety as far as air quality as this cleanup happens?
You know, obviously, if there's an immediate threat for air quality, our fire command would definitely make an announcement right away to inform the citizens of the air quality if there's an issue with that.
Anything else you can tell us just about those victims? I know one was critical. How were they doing?
You know, we haven't gotten an update yet. We'll leave that up to MedStar officials to make that determination. We cannot make that determination. All we have is the information that was provided to us yesterday.
And then what else do you want people to know? I know this seems like a random incident, but for people that do business in this area, that live in this area, what do you want them to know about the safety in the future?
Well, we do have an emergency operations center that's actually active right now, and we're encouraging people to call that number if they have any questions around the actual hot zone, if they work in a particular area that's close to there. So that number is 817-392-8866. And we also want to thank the local businesses. They have been tremendous on providing hot coffee, hot chocolate, and food for these first responders, these true heroes that are out here despite the way the weather is, not cooperating. It's very windy down here, but they are working continuously around the clock to make sure that this area is safe. And we want to thank the businesses here in downtown for their patience during this operation. So we cannot be thankful. You know, when they say Fort Worth strong, that is true to its heart.
Bigger picture question, how do you guys train for something as unimaginable as this? This is such a large scale event. How do you, your department, as well as work with the other first responders to train for something this large?
You know, in law enforcement, first responders, there's no script book. There's no playbook about how we respond to certain calls. But I can tell you this, Fort Worth has the best police officers and firefighters across the nation. Based on the training that we have, on the complex that we have, it is tremendous training that we actually goes on 365 days a year. So we're constantly trying to improve ourselves for that next major incident.
Do you know if they're still searching, or are they pretty much accounted for everybody and they don't believe that there'll be anybody else down in?
That's going to be a question for the Fort Worth Fire Department.
Jimmy, the Texas Task Force 1 guys left early this morning. Do you expect them back?
That is something that the Fort Worth Fire is going to actually make that decision on. That's more of a fire operation than a PD operation.
Can you give us one last comment just about the businesses in the area? I know the FedEx is going to be closed, but for people that think that they can come here and go on about their day.
The immediate hot zone, it's absolutely not. We are actually going to go ahead and stop all operations for all the businesses in the hot zone. But the perimeter of the hot zone, we are encouraging them to come and conduct their business as normal. But like I stated, if they have any questions on should they open, should they not, we're not going to make that decision for them. That's going to be up to the individual entity to make that decision. But all we could do is provide information of what's going on in the hot zone.
It's going to be up to the individual entity on the perimeter, not in.
Correct.
Can you say your last name again, please, and spell it?
Sure. Polizani, P-O-L-L-O-Z-A-N-I. Like I stated, I really sincerely mean it. Thank you guys for providing this coverage and letting the community know exactly what's going on, because as businesses around here, it can be very difficult not knowing what's going on, but it's because of people like you guys are out here in this inclement weather providing that information to them. So I want to tip my hat off to all of you guys out here.